What is up, my dudes? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Carly, and for the first video on here, I'm sharing with you guys my bullet journal spread for the month of May. But before we get into the bulk of the video, I just want to take a moment to say that I hope you all are staying safe and healthy, physically and mentally, and that we are all washing our hands and doing what we can to flatten that curve. I know that it is a rough time for a lot of people out there, so I want this to be a safe space for everyone to kind of come and feel entertained, have a good time, come hang out, do all that fun stuff. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get into the video. Are starting out with the cover page and quote page. For the month of May, I wanted to stick to a Star Wars theme. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so it was bound to happen, let's be honest. So I drew out the word May and the Star Wars font and took inspiration from a spread I saw on Pinterest for the actual quote page. As you'll see throughout this entire video, I outlined everything in pencil because, let's be real, I don't actually trust myself enough to not mess up the whole spread if I just use pen. So again, I just make it's more for my own peace of mind that everything is traced out in pencil. Next up is my monthly layout. This month I just drew out individual boxes for each day of the week, which gives me enough room to jot down birthdays or other events that may or may not happen due to the state of the world and kind of being stuck in quarantine for who knows how long. So this month I decided just to keep it minimal, but stuck with the Star Wars font to keep that theme consistent, and also made the boxes big enough for me to actually write things in case something were to come up. So next up, we're moving on to my trackers. For my habit trackers page, I always like to try and mix up or alternate the kind of layout that I use for the habit trackers. And it all depends on how many habits I want to form, how many habits I want to keep track of, etc., etc. If this month is anything like last month, don't anticipate anything super compelling or exciting happening, so I wanted to keep this one a little bit more simple. I saw a similar spread on Pinterest and I liked how it almost looked like lightsabers, weirdly enough, so I decided that I was going to borrow and use this for my own bullet journal. I also wanted to limit the amount of habits I wanted to track this month because, like I said, I don't really anticipate anything crazy happening. And that way it doesn't stress me out nearly as much either. For my mood tracker, this I did get a little bit more detailed with. I decided that I wanted to dedicate each day of the month to a different lightsaber, and depending on my mood, each lightsaber was going to be a different color. I thought this was super clever, very on brand, and very on theme, and this is something that I took inspiration from, you guessed it, another Pinterest post. Shocker. But I can't wait to flip back at the end of the month to see all of the different color lightsabers and just see how the spread turns out. So I'm very proud of how it ended up looking. So my next spread is super duper quick. It's my brain dump and YouTube and blog ideas page. Really just wanted to leave enough space for me to write down as much detail as possible for whatever ideas for future content that I have. So I just kept it super simple. We are moving on to the final spread in this setup. This is my weekly spread for the first full week of May. Wild, I know. So we're starting by drawing this cute graphic of the Death Star that I saw on Pinterest. Again, shocker. And something that I saw and knew that I had to include immediately. So using that drawing as a centerpiece, I spread out the days of the week around the doodle and left about a 6 to 7 dot wide column on the right page to use as a place to jot down any quick notes or plans throughout the week. And I love how it ended up turning out. So, without further ado, let's move on to the final flip through.
Gotta see things, see new places and brand new things. Gotta go places and do things, maybe to forget.
You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now make sure that before you leave that you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. All of my socials are going to be linked in the description box below, as well as any links to inspiration that I used for my spreads this month. Now, I gotta go because I have an island on Animal Crossing that is calling my name and is looking absolutely rough, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!